What's up, friends and family? My name is DJ Mel.
This is DJ Honeycomb.
And you're listening to The Sound of First, coming to you from the gorgeous podcast studio here at Waterloo Records here in Austin, Texas.
That's right.
Rachel, let us know what's up.
Well, I am reading again.
You can read?
I didn't think I could read. I have not been reading, and now I'm reading. And sometimes I read great stuff. Sometimes I read dumb stuff. The great stuff is a guy named Michael Collins. He was one of the astronauts on Apollo 11. He's quite funny.
Okay.
So I'm reading that. That's the good stuff. Then there's some dumb stuff, which I think could be interesting, bring this up in this podcast. There is a pasta company. I'm not going to name who it is. They have different types of dried pasta that they make for people to buy. And once you buy this pasta, you can download or look at a link. I'm not sure how they have it set up, but to cook pasta, you play the song. And when the song is over, that means you take the pasta out. So they have a whole playlist of all these different kinds of pasta. And so it's like shells and corkscrews and linguine, spaghetti, angel hair, all different songs.
So how it works is as soon as you drop the pasta into the boiling water,
I think so.
You play the song
and press play.
And then
your
when
Bluetooth.
the song's over,
and then you take it out.
Take it out.
Yeah,
wow. Yeah. Okay. Throw it in the colander, right?
Yeah. It's kind of cool, but there's a lot of criticism about this pasta. I guess the diehard pasta lovers probably.
Well, someone's going to hate.
Well, contrarian city, for sure.
I mean, that's just the world we live in now.
Yeah. So I was making a tuna elbow pasta earlier. And I don't eat gluten, so I tried this buckwheat, and I'm like, I wish there was a song because buckwheat never really cooks through.
Yeah, yeah.
It always tastes kind of raw, and I'm like, why did I even make this choice? There's so many other choices for noodles that are gluten-free. So I was like, man, playlist for food, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that's very cool.
I mean, what would you put a playlist to in terms of like your favorite dish for like cooking it? It could even be a PB&J.
There is a song by Reverend Horton Heat about barbecue. I think it's called Eat Meat.
Yeah, I remember that song. Oh my God, I remember that song.
I have that Reverend Horton Heat CD somewhere. I believe that record's on Sub Pop, but it's about eating meat or whatever. And God, I totally forgot about it until now. But it's definitely about meat and something that maybe Catherine Stiles at Style Switch should play in a restaurant, just on loop. Just about, just eating meat. Yeah.
Yeah. You totally get the meat sweats from that one if you keep eating barbecue.
Meats.
That's kind of what I've been doing the past couple of days is reading again. I'm like, the first time when you start reading again, it's hard. You're like kind of looking at things around you and you're like, you just focus because I want the art of focus again, like just old school focus. And so the second day was so much quicker. Like I read a whole chapter and that typically never happens.
Yeah. Once you start, getting a rhythm, because that's how I am when I start reading a book. A lot of times with my personality, I don't want to stop. As soon as I start, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to sleep. I'm just going to read this entire book. Yeah. That's how. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know.
Well, there was this book that I read, and I think it's called 438 Days. I want you to read it because I think you'd probably read it in one day. But basically, this guy gets stuck in the middle of the Pacific Ocean for 438 days, and all these things he does to survive is pretty crazy. But the way it's written is very fluid, and it's not too dry or academic or esoteric. It's a quick read. But it's pretty fantastical on how he figures out how to just survive. So stories like that. I'm more of a nonfiction person, but people like fiction and they can get swept away in that. But
on some Castaway type shit, right?
Yeah. But those books when we were children where it's just like, and then you put that, you remember those little records on, and then you had the storybook.
Yeah.
There was a soundtrack as you were reading as a child. I'm like, they should have that for adults.
Yeah, interesting about literature and magazines and stuff like that when you're a kid. I got in trouble in elementary school once because I brought a rock magazine to elementary school. I think maybe 4th, 5th grade.
Like rock and roll.
Yeah, a rock mag.
Not geology.
You know what I mean? It could have been name I can't even remember. I don't know if it was Circus or Hit Parader or Kerrang. I forgot, but I remember I was the magazine that I had. There was an article on David Bowie. And so there was this black and white photo of David with no shirt on, and he had these low slung pants on.
Yeah.
And it showed part of his pubic region.
Yes.
And I was showing all my friends in the classroom, like, look at this shit. Oh my God. You're like, I was kind of going, whoa, what? And then everyone's like, ooh, and
yeah.
And then my teacher was just saying, like, what's going on over there? What's that ruckus going on over there? And we're like, nothing, and then like I tucked away the magazine, and she's like, what do you have there? And I'm like, a magazine. And then she grabbed it and she started flipping through it and got in trouble for it. I forgot exactly what type of discipline she kind of imposed on me, but I remember her taking away the magazine, and then I maybe calling my mom or something like that. Like, why is your son bringing this magazine?
It's too risque, or just like she hated rock and roll?
Well, maybe a little bit of both, but it was just the fact that there was a guy like showing his
almost nudity,
his pubes. Yeah.
God.
Classic
if
material,
only today.
Right? Yeah.
No one cares about that stuff today.
Yeah. Last night I DJ'd at a place I will not disclose the name, but it was on the east side, and it was a big private event.
I think I know.
It was fun. But I will say this. I will say this about the spot. It was. I don't know what goes on there during the weekends or when they're busy or whatever.
Yeah.
But I walked in there, did a sound check, and as soon as I started warming up, the sound guy was like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like going, "Like, what do you mean, oh shit?" He's like, "Holy shit! Like, fuck, like." You're a real DJ. I'm like going like,
oh brother.
Dude. No,
that's
no, in a very good way. And I'm not
know.
saying that to brag. And I was going, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, we typically just have these guys who just play house music all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, say no more. Sure. So,
yeah.
Anyways, the event was fun.
Okay,
all right,
good.
And it was mostly men because it was kind of like a IT. Internet security type kind of pre-party kickoff event for this event that's happening in Austin, or this conference or whatever.
Okay.
And then I was done playing, and then the staff that worked there, they were all walking up to me, and they're like, dude, and I'm going like, what? And they're like, dude, we really liked your set, and da-da-da-da-da. And it was like on some Back to the Future type fucking Chuck Berry type shit. While I was playing, they were like on their phones, like calling their buddy, like, hey, like in Back to the Future when Marvin Berry was calling Chuck, dude, this is the sound you've been looking for. And, he was like playing. Yeah. It was on that shit. I'm like, dude, this is what I do all the time. And then they were like, yeah, well, the guys that play here, they play house music all the time, and that's all they do here.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But they were saying that after a while, the guys that I was talking to, and they're the ones that started the conversation. I was just like striking my gear and putting all my gear back into the cases. And they're like, yeah, after a while, like after you've been here for a while, you know exactly what they're about to play next. Like they know the exact
almost like
order.
They're sharing the same playlist.
That's kind of a problem when you DJ somewhere every week. It's really hard to be creative because if you're DJing there every week, you don't really get a break because if you're playing weekly, you don't have time to take you can't take a break. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to practice when you're playing every week at home. Or maybe you don't have the gear at home to practice. So I know from experience that when I'm DJing a lot, the last thing I want to do is practice at home.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
And so, I get it, right? When you're playing every week for forever, right? It's really hard to just, have the motivation or the energy to practice at home and like think of new stuff or whatever.
But at least arrange the songs differently. Don't play the same song at 12:15. Like that's not a thing. If you're not feeling like the room is going to support that.
It's maybe not so much like the exact time. It's just the order of it, right? So, I mean, hey, this is not me bagging on those dudes. It was just a very interesting conversation I had because I don't play there. I don't play out like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for the staff there, maybe it was just like, wow, like we don't hear someone play like that ever here. You know what I mean?
I mean, I remember back in at least my club days, it was almost a given that the folks wanted to listen to the same 5 artists. You know?
No, I get
and
it.
So,
no. Yeah.
But now with house music, it's so vast.
It is so
How
vast.
does anybody make any requests? So I guess they just kind of.
I'm sure that they get hit up with people like wanting to hear, No Broke Boys or whatever like popular EDM song is whatever. But I don't even know the point I'm trying to make here. But when you said vast, I mean in that realm, right? Musically, there's just so much out there that why would you play the same stuff over and over again, right? Because
That's true as well.
I have a zillion house tracks.
Yep.
From current to classic house. And anyways, why play the same stuff?
But it's nice to hear that people liked what you played that wasn't what they are used to hearing. So that kind of gives me reassurance that maybe the pendulum will start swinging the other way where people would want to hear songs that they grew up with or songs that are in a different genre.
Yeah. I played old to the new. I played a bunch of weird stuff. Like I told them, I don't plan my sets, and they were just like, dude, we enjoyed it. I'm like, well, thank you very much. And it just had me thinking like, what is going on, out there in the clubs now? I mean,
I know.
I am very aware that every club is not playing house music, but that is kind of the genre that dance music.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are other places like clubs, events or whatever that aren't playing house, right? But everywhere you go here in Austin, Texas, not all of them, but a lot of them, they're playing house music or disco house or whatever like that or whatever. And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess what it was is that they were just, I think they weren't used to hearing someone manipulate the songs. I mean, I was playing on my gear.
Right.
One, they saw someone on turntables and then they saw someone like, holy shit, he's fucking scratching and he's doing all this other shit with it, like with the songs, and he's making things repeat and just doing all sorts. And they're like, they weren't used to that. They're just used to, someone doing like 8-bar, 16-bar blends and off to the next track, which that is fine in itself. And what I do is not better than that. And that what they do is not better than what I do. It's just different. And it was just a very interesting time. And I think it was just not an interesting time, but it was very interesting last night. And I think for the staff, I'm not here to toot my horn, but yeah, I think it was just a departure from what they usually hear. Mm-hmm. And they enjoyed it, and they just wanted to thank me, and I thought it was cool. And as soon as I was able to get the fuck out of East Austin, I was out of there. No, serious. Like
like it's Dire Straits.
No, serious. Like I said something online yesterday that resonated with a lot of people. Okay, and maybe Kristin will appreciate this shit. I liked East Austin when everyone fucking avoided it. When it was fucking like not what it is now with Targets and all these like fancy restaurants and, fancy schmancy coffee houses and all the, when it was just like straight up fucking just like the East Side, when it was like maybe run down a little bit or not taken over or let's say it wasn't gentrified at all. Like East 6th. And I've shared this story on this podcast before, how one of my first high-paying gigs, in quotes, was playing for these gangster dudes. I was telling Will, when Will was on here.
Yeah.
How my very first high paying gig in quotes was on E6, kind of where that Target is now. It was a house and it was a bunch of gangster dudes and pit bulls. And my friend Eric and I DJ'd it, right?
Yeah.
And then the dude wrote a check and then the check bounced like a week later.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Well, I mean, that's still in the east side. Like there's still some,
I mean, there's still
families still there, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Do
you remember when the Peacock first hit East Austin, and it was like a hipster bar, and it was like what is it? What's the street parallel to Robert Martinez? It's the next street over, Pedernales. Anyway, I knew that it was the beginning of the end because
Pedernales Lost and shit like that.
I DJ'd at the Peacock, and it was like this 400 square foot. Anyway, I was just kind of like, what are these hipsters doing over here? Not the whiskey bar. Or beauty bar. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not here to hate on the east side or whatever, because I compared to Dirty Six, I'll take East Austin, East 6th, just the east side over Dirty Six on any given day.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
Even on a Monday evening, it was kind of busy. And I just wanted to get out of there.
Okay.
I wanted to go back to my little quiet little bubble in South Austin.
South Austin.
Where it's kind of quiet. I can hang out with my birds. And that's it.
Yeah.
But anyways, great time at the I'm not naming the bar. But I had a good time playing this private event. It was really fun.
Nice.
And I had a great time DJing, and it was interesting because it was all dudes. It was all older men. It was all these IT security dudes. And I think for every 50, there was like one woman to like 50 guys there. That was the ratio, 1 to 50.
That seems expected for
makes,
security.
It made
security,
yeah, it makes total sense. But it was cool. But anyways, we're talking about Austin and old Austin, and Gus pointed out earlier today that today's date is 5/12, May 12th, 5/12.
Official day.
Today is 5/12.
Wait, tell me more.
May 12th, 5/12.
God, I can't keep up with this stuff.
You need some coffee, girl.
I know.
Anyways.
I might have to steal yours when you're not looking.
So, part of the Do 512 family.
That's awesome.
And yeah. Well, wow, this like delayed reaction. Holy shit. All right, let's
like, may the 4th be with you. What am I not getting here?
Yeah. Let's cut. It's fine. Okay, today is May 12th. The area code in Austin is 512, and today is May 12th.
Nice
okay?
segue, yes.
So, 512 Austin, Do 512. Part of the Do 512 family is DoStuff, and a person that represents that side of DoStuff, Do 512, or DoStuff, and then represents it to the fullest is Kristin Owen. Make some noise.
Woo! Clap, clap,
Hi,
clap, clap,
thank you
clap.
for having me. That was my intro.
Welcome. Oh my God.
I call it the International Holiday Do 512 Day.
Yeah.
Wow. How long have y'all been celebrating that? Or when did y'all first discover that? Or did you even link to that at all? Or was this a recent thing?
Oh,
Okay.
we've turned it into occasions across the country. We have, when the mayor came out this year in Chicago, and whatever, when they come and make it an official day, and he came to our party with a certificate. We've done that in Austin with 512 Day. I mean, it's an easy mark.
So it is Do 512.
I mean, to us, there's we have a certificate, but I don't know that it's on a lot of calendars.
No, but the city gave you this piece of paper, this proclamation, it's Do 512
Yeah,
Day.
it's really not that hard to get those, it turns out.
You know what, dude? Don't even get me started on that. Don't get me started on that, because I got one in 2019, 2018, and what was so funny about getting DJ Mel Day, which I'm very, very, very honored and grateful to get. Right, folks, if you don't know, it's June 6th, and we're throwing a big party at ACL Live 310.
Yeah, everyone needs to come
for DJ Mel Day
Yep.
/Nasties. But anyways, I'm not here to plug my shit right now, but the city of Austin bugged me multiple times over the years. Like, hey, would you like your own day? I'm like, no, dude. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm good. I seriously declined. I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then after a while, after like bugging me, like not in a bad way, but just like maybe the fourth time after it wasn't like they were asking me over and over again, like month after month. It was like just over the years. I think after the fourth time, they're like, would you be cool having your own day in Austin? And I said, sure.
Yeah.
And then, did the whole city hall thing and,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
got the, the piece of paper, whatever. But anyways, after that, this doesn't diminish getting one or do 512 getting one, but they give it to everybody. And the way I think, and this is not me dissing or a slight on the city of Austin, but if you want to make it special, maybe give it maybe grant that or give that to somebody maybe once a year or once every other year, and think very carefully about who you give it to. And maybe that applies to me. They're like, they gave that proclamation to a dipshit like me or whatever. You know what I mean? But anyways, they give it, they're pretty like free about giving people their day in Austin. And I just started thinking, man, there's only 365 days in a year. They need to slow down.
Yeah, I believe that DoStuff has one as well. I can't remember what day it is,
Yeah.
but one of our former colleagues had some connection, and he was like, if Do 512 has one, we're going to have one as DoStuff also.
Yeah.
I have the certificate, so I should have brought that. That would have been weird, though, actually, if that was what I brought.
Yeah, we'll talk about that during the show and tell portion.
Right.
Segment of
Well,
our
I think
show.
it's awesome that y'all have a day, and I don't think I think they have to contact you. I don't know if it's the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the criteria is. I don't know what the vetting is. I don't know if it's by committee, or if it's like someone like just maybe that person who got it was bugging the city over and over again. Hey, I think I need one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or I feel like I deserve one. I mean, I don't know how it works, but whether it's by committee or by your own hand and bugging them, getting one is an honor. Right. And
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that, earlier, probably like yesterday. I don't even know why I was thinking, because I have that frame proclamation in my kitchen. Right.
Okay.
It's just sitting on the counter. And I was just looking at it and I was thinking, man, Austin is like, it's kind of like this place now. Right. A lot of eyes on this city. Everyone's moving here.
Are they though?
Yeah.
Still, I thought a lot of people were moving out because the IT shifted a little bit.
Well, maybe, but I think there are still a lot of people moving here. Dude, like every comedian and their moms they're moving here. Yeah, I mean,
podcasters and comedians.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know if that's
yeah.
true at
It's
all.
like,
I just feel that it sounds
like I'm not even gonna begin to talk about, go in depth about this guy, but Rogan and all his his flunkies and him opening the mothership on Dirty Six that has become like this haven for just irreverent, insensitive comedy, and people. So that's not the only comedy club in Austin. There are a bunch of other ones. Cap City's still here. Please frequent those. But whatever, you know what I mean? Like, that's besides the point. Everyone's just moving down here, whether it's for whatever reason it may be. It might not be the huge migration that it was during the pandemic, where people were just trying to like, okay, I want to move to a state that is like not regulated, and and we have a governor that believes in herd immunity and this, that, and and what have you, and there's no state tax, there's no state income tax or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're all moving here. I mean, people are still moving here. It's a great city. It's not just because there's a comedy thing or no, state income tax this is a great city. As much as we see all these things that make Austin like kind of painful or more inconvenient, especially if you've lived here for a long time, like the traffic and what have you, and all these other things. I still love this town. This town is fucking awesome. When I go to other cities, I come back kissing the ground. Now, you probably didn't feel that way when you flew back from Paris the other day, but
Didn't want to come back.
yeah, I love this town.
Well, speaking of how much it's growing, you know, when I first moved here in '98, I think the population was 200,000. And so,
Really? Was it that small?
so Kristin, like, you were born here,
I was
right?
born here.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the population when you were in high school? Did you ever study like the city of Austin in high school or college?
Let's do
I
some.
mean,
let's
Texas
do
loves
some.
Texas history. I don't actually remember
Yeah.
studying the population of Austin, but I
Did
mean,
you ever know about?
in
Was it under?
high school, which it was probably under 500,000, and that was, you know, I graduated in 2000, so
Okay.
it was small. It
Did
was
you go-
small for a long.
Did you go to
time.
Austin
I
High?
went to Austin High.
Did you
Yeah.
go to UT or?
I went to St. Ed's.
Great.
Yeah,
No
I
one
decided
says
I
that.
wanted a small
I
school.
love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Of course.
No, I mean, you were kind of close.
What was it?
The population of Austin
was like
in
350.
1998 was 345,000.
Whoa.
Still
I was pretty
low.
close there. Feel proud of that guess. I said
Yeah.
350.
Yeah.
Maybe when Slacker was filmed, that was 200,000.
Yeah, I mean, there was none of the roads.
I know.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was different.
So for you, it's more interesting. It's more interesting than maybe for someone like me. I mean, I've been here for a long time, but I wasn't born and raised here. But for you to kind of see the changes and the evolution in Austin, it's got to be interesting.
Yes, I mean, I try to keep it positive.
Yes,
You know,
same.
I mean, change is going to happen.
It's inevitable,
no matter
yeah.
like how I feel about it. It's certainly over the past, like, I don't know, probably since COVID, the changes has felt a little bit maybe like not directionally always as exciting as it did beforehand. But yeah, I mean, it was awesome growing up here. I mean, it was like a dream. You know, there was just like trouble to get into everywhere, nature to get into everywhere. You know, I mean, I could skip school and just go down to Town Lake and hang out, and, like, you know, wasn't dangerous. I don't know that it's dangerous now. I haven't been down to Town Lake in a while. It's too hot for me. But it was awesome. And it's still like, I you know, like when Do 512 started was like technically in 2006, so it was more like a hobby at that time. But that's when people had really identified Austin as like a cool town.
Yeah.
And so like all these brands, you know, everyone came here to like tap into like the coolness. And it was like just I've like feel like that time between like 2006 and I don't know, 2012 or something. I don't know if y'all were here yet. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
just
we were
such
here.
a fun time to be in Austin, like as a young person, but also like a professional, because there was just like, I don't know, it wasn't yet such a big city, and it wasn't like so expensive, and it just was just fun. And we were
Right.
just so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. And also around that time, South by Southwest, we're not going to go into a deep dive about South by again, but that was the time when just like you were saying, like corporations, companies wanted to tap in on South by and just the culture in Austin. And South by was just crazy, where you saw the big Doritos, vending machine stage, and there's just so much,
right? But
yeah, so much fun shit.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's like, I mean, it's just different now. But exactly, that time period was really, really fun. It really was.
Yeah, I remember going to a house party, and I ended up I felt like I had to jump the fence because I didn't want to wait in a line to get into this house. And that was like the era of the house party too.
Yeah.
And my sister jumped. She wanted to wait and see if it was coast is clear. And I dusted off my knees and stood up, and I heard someone say, "You're going to have to jump back over the fence. You're not allowed to do that." I was like, damn, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And this was during South by. And I look up and it's David Cross. I was like, okay, it's clear. And so my sister jumps over the fence, and then everybody, it's like a
Started
zombie movie,
jumping?
jumping over the fence.
Didn't we? You and I went to we went to a David Cross show
At
it
the
was
Paramount.
it was a taping for Netflix.
Yeah, and it
right?
was in the very front row, and I'm like,
Yeah, that was pretty
seats
fun.
are like so crazy small. I was like lying on the ground. But
So-
yeah, full circle of like just,
Yeah,
people
it's funny.
who started coming to Austin during that time were like, I want to come back. How can I? And that was like a Netflix taping too. So they're just kind of like the David Cross comedy show that we saw at Paramount. That
It was a taping. Yeah. For
So it was like,
Netflix.
it's like the same handful of known folks in the entertainment business are like, how can I do something in Austin again? And I think it started during that time frame. Yeah.
So kind of moonwalking back a little bit. So, Kristen, let the listeners know and let us know exactly what your role is at DoStuff.
I am the chief operating officer and co-founder. Do you want me just a brief explanation?
For
of
those that don't know,
just
loved your intro, but
yeah, just the
Yeah.
small fun size version of it.
yeah, oh totally. I don't need to do a whole elevator pitch, but so we started here just as Do 512, and when I joined the team, it was just the two guys who had started it, and really it was just about at first just getting. They were like, let's make a place so we could figure out how to get free drinks, and then it became more music focused, and I thought it was going to be like just a really short hobby because it just was fun and just didn't imagine that it would amount to much. And then from there, we created DoStuff in 2010, and now have sites like Do 512 with like local teams in each of the markets across the country. And so we are like one and the same, but Do 512 does operate a little bit independently from us, as do all the teams.
Super cool. I will definitely say thank you. It's probably super delayed or whatever, but just being involved with my online stuff during the pandemic.
Oh yeah,
And you guys helping us out or helping me out
that was great.
was really, really cool at a time when
Nobody knew what was up or
nobody
down.
knew what
Yeah.
the hell was going on. I was like, I don't know, not to talk about the pandemic too much, but yeah, just when I think about that time, like, man, just the struggle to get toilet paper and
So
just,
weird.
you know what I mean? Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
It's
Like,
weird. It feels like a lifetime ago, and also like just yesterday all at the
I
same
know.
time.
And
Yeah.
in a way, it almost feels like it never happened.
Yeah.
Like a
Right.
bad
Yeah.
dream. Yeah.
I mean, there are certain foods that I really can't eat now because of the pandemic.
Huh.
And the reason being, I'll name one item. And if you want to share yours, that's fine too. But for me, I was afraid to leave the house. I was terrified. I'm like, what's going to happen? Like, what happens if I get COVID? Like, I don't know. This is scary. We didn't know much about it at the time. So Tisa, like my next door neighbor, she's brave. She doesn't care. You know what I mean? Dude, mindful. She's very mindful and she wears a mask. She wasn't like a scaredy cat like me. She would go get groceries and stuff like that. And she goes, well, I'm going to go to Costco. How about this? How about, I don't know if you're eating or not, but I'm getting you something to eat, Mel. So she would buy these huge pans of lasagna from Costco.
Nice.
And she would, I love lasagna. Not anymore, really. But that's kind of what I survived on during the pandemic was lasagna. I can't even eat lasagna now. Like, it's such a weird thing.
I don't think I would either. I used to love lasagna as a child, but I don't just want to.
Makes you very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't think of a food item. I think I was just kind of like trying to figure out, what the future might hold. But,
Yeah.
I got out of the house, but I also was mindful too. So,
Yeah.
I don't remember repeating. Did you have anything on repeat during COVID?
Food wise, no. I mean,
Yeah.
no. Like I was definitely like, mindful, but we had a few places like that I just have fond memories about. Like ABGB turned their like whole sort of operation into like groceries. You could go and get like fresh
wow.
groceries, and I could
Okay.
just walk there from my condo and just pick up,
Yeah.
tomatoes and mozzarella and like all these like just it was great. It was actually pretty nice at
Yeah.
the time.
So were you and Sal, like, you guys were together at that time, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, were you guys living together? Or you had
I
several
think
places?
we had like he'd moved into like my super cute bachelorette condo like right before COVID, and we really hadn't quite figured out what that looked like. And then it was just, like
Yeah. What an interesting
Towards
what an interesting time to be in a relationship or situation or whatever, wifeyed up or coupled up or whatever during the pandemic. I mean, for everyone that kind of survived it or unscathed or walked away from it in one piece as like a couple, got to give it up, because I'm sure like for some people it was like, okay, this is going to be hard.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's fight city.
Yeah.
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 So Do Stuff and Do 512 and what have you, as far as like your position and just being involved with the company, and what is your perspective on just events and the scene here in Austin, and maybe you could maybe expand a little bit on what's going on in different markets.
That's a broad question.
Well, I mean, maybe you could start from the beginning, but because Austin is growing, like, what do you start to pick and choose? Like, I mean, you could talk about anything.
Yeah,
really.
Sure. I mean, I think it's a very interesting time for events. I feel like that sounds cliche, but like, there's always an interesting time in a different way. But like right now, it seems like there is which I like a new interest in small to medium size events, which seems to be the case kind of across the country from what like I'm seeing.
That's good to hear. Yeah.
There's more mid-sized rooms being opened.
Right.
People want to go to those types of shows. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to change sort of the desire for a lot of the arena shows, but I think that is like becoming more of a thing again because people care about like real connection again a little bit more in the age of all the things going on with the internet and AI and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm assuming that's going to continue to become more and more of a thing. I don't know that I have a specific sort of reflection just on Austin. I love that we have some really great rooms in Austin. My friends just bought Hole in the Wall, and I went there for the first time in like, I don't know, 20 years or something.
That's Courtney, right?
Weekend. Yeah, Courtney. It's Courtney and then Mike Levine.
Yeah.
And it was great. I was like, this is like it wasn't great getting home. So I understand when you said the East Side thing. I like could not get out. I didn't drive. And it was just so hard to get picked
Campus.
up.
That's why I was like kind of.
Gosh. Yeah, I hadn't experienced that in a while.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of spicy about the East Side because just the way people drive. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me get everything in my car. Let me get out of here because there's Waymos and people are just driving all wacky. I'm like, all right, I need to get out of here. So, anyways,
yeah. I mean, I will admit I am a Waymo fan. I like.
Oh, I'm with it.
Yeah. I love Waymos.
It's great. That's all, they can't figure out how to pick you up on campus. I will say, if there was a way to like say no Waymo, I would have. Like it felt like they kept getting like stuck in some matrix of students or something.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, a lot of nuance over there. Yeah.
Yeah. But we do have like a lot of great venues right now. I feel like it's just like there's so like I don't know, a lot of.
It's almost like you can't keep up. Like for me, I can't keep up.
It is hard.
I think before the pandemic, I was pretty much had a good handle on what's going on around town, whether it's music venues or restaurants or whatever. But now I can't even keep up. My ear to the ground. My ear is basically deaf because I can't keep up with what's going on around town. It's not that I don't care. I'm always curious, and I will remain curious. But there's just so much going on, regardless of what it is, that it's almost hard to keep up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good thing there's sites for that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Absolutely. But it's what's wacky about everything that's going on. Is when I see something really cool that I like on Instagram or whatever, name your social media app, and you see the post and you're like, that's fucking cool. And then that post was 3 days ago and the event's already over.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that?
I do. I mean, that's why I think great what people are doing with social. I'm not as like, I'm never going to be able to get my information there because I don't look at it enough. Like I don't prefer not to. That stresses me out. Yeah. But it's just there's always flaws because of that. And then also I'll like save something and then it's like too many steps to get back to like a saved post. It's so annoying.
Yo.
And so I mean, it's great now. But yeah,
Kristin, you'll appreciate this shit. Like I was on Instagram about maybe 2 weeks ago and I was thumbing through that shit and then I saw this post from Little Darling, and it was like this amazing looking sloppy Joe sandwich. Like we're serving this today. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna go there, yo. And then I look at the post, I'm like, it's like from 4 days ago. I'm like, damn. Because I would have I live like 5 minutes away from the Little Darling. I would have been like, just killing a.
Well, that's why you got to go on like Do 512 and do stuff because I was telling.
But they're not going to promote a sloppy Joe.
Well, no, if you're like, what's happening today? What's happening this weekend?
No, I
can prepare.
I'm just using.
It might. I don't. Who knows? I don't know what they do.
No, I'm just. It was their sandwich of the day. Yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying, Rachel. Yeah. I was just bummed because when was the last time you had a sloppy Joe? You know what I mean? It's
School
it
cafeteria.
Yeah, dude, I was so fucking.
I know. I don't think that would excite me as much specifically. But
I'm just a fucking nerd. So, anyways,
Little Darling's food is really top notch, though.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they have some really good food.
yeah. Shout out to Corinne over there. Yeah.
I mean, is there a venue, Kristen, that you like that is small to medium that is new to you that you've been in the past? I don't know, 5 years. I'm gonna give
New to me.
a broad stroke right there.
Are there any new venues?
You're like, I haven't been here before because I feel like as a native, you've probably been everywhere, but there's so much.
I have the worst memory of like short term. I mean, the venues I'm liking them, they're not new and they're like really obvious. But I like my favorite new outdoor space is Waterloo Amphitheater. I just think it's
sure, yeah,
so well done.
Yeah.
And, like the sound's good. It's easy to get in and out, which is also a big deal to me. And then ACL Live and 310 because it's just. I think because I'm older, I have a different appreciation for some of the like.
That's a thing. I mean,
yeah.
Like I thought it was okay to go to Emos when they had a swimming pool full of beer cans in there, like you could fall in there. And I'm like, this is cool. I wouldn't really
awesome.
maybe go.
Yeah.
But there's places around. Like there is this place next to the airport. Everybody's trying to tell me to go to. It's like almost sounds like Gina's Steak. I don't know what it's called, TNS, or it's like a country western two-step place with drop ceilings.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in
Did
town.
you just say GNS Lounge though? Is that what you compared it to? God. That place is still open. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, it's still open. So I live down the street, and it looks closed.
Do you live in that area? Dude,
yeah,
it looks,
kind of.
Yeah, it looks run
I think about
down.
this place a lot for some reason. It used to just be such a big deal to me. I loved it.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, it was
We
so
all
fun.
hung out there. Yeah.
Jimmy one time was nice to me. He's like the bartender and the owner, and I was like, Jimmy was just nice to me.
Yeah.
Like I have made it. That guy is not nice to anyone, and it's still hanging on. I don't know.
It is wild because I drive past it almost every day.
Yeah.
South First Old Torf.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And back in the day when I was an employee here at Waterloo, all of the homies here at the store that I worked with, we'd go there at night.
Yeah.
And that was a thing. And it's weird because you don't ever see anything about it online at all. No one ever talks about it. It's weird.
I don't want to make any assumptions. It looks like if you are one of the people that go there right now, you go. But I don't think that they're really looking for too many new patrons.
Yeah.
It looks pretty shut down. I don't know. I'm glad it's still there though.
What's interesting, there's another place that kind of parallels that, but is like nice, and the upkeep is great, and you do see things about it online a little bit, but it's Barflies on Airport.
Barflies.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Barflies is great.
Yeah, that place is
Yeah.
great, but it's just kind of out there. It's kind of tucked away out there on Airport. Those two places in common. It's a if you know type place.
Yeah, across the street from Quality Seafood, that neck of the wood. Airport might be like possibly the dark horse coming up because there's these restaurants there, and then you have that bar that's been there forever. And then there's a new bar underneath that. But for those that don't know about GNS Lounge, it was a bigger place to get a cheap drink, but the owner was very, very wily and mean. And I think that was part of the excitement to go there to see if you would be kicked out by the owner. And it was a place where everybody knew where to go. And it was just very big. Like in one room, they had like shuffleboard and so many games. And it was just kind of looked like a adult daycare in a weird way, but it was fun.
It's great. And they had like what was the thing from Big Zoltaire or something?
Yeah.
They had
one
that
of
there?
those machines.
Oh, snap.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So that was pretty great. I love games.
I have to know my fortune.
Yeah. So, Kristin, growing up in Austin, were there any radio stations you listened to as a kid, or record stores? Let's start off with the radio station. So, what did you listen to as a kid?
I think to the best of my memory, gosh, I feel like I need to be fact checked, but K-Nack was like the one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That was very cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
my kind of jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the little psycho baby sticker.
Yeah.
So, when you were old enough to, or not even old enough, but as soon as you maybe got your own money, or maybe your parents were like, okay, we'll take you to the record store. Where did you go? And or it doesn't matter if it's Waterloo or not. And what did you buy?
It was mostly Waterloo. I can't remember when Cheapo Discs opened, but that became a big thing for
That
me
thing,
whenever
yeah.
that was.
Yeah.
But I think that was a little bit afterwards. And well, I'll get to this. I have a funny other record, like CD story that I came to mind when you just asked me that.
Yeah.
But my parents divorced when I was like 10, and I was a very like music-y. Everyone like loved music in my family, and so my dad didn't get to see me as often, and so one of his ways I think of just like buying my affection, but in a very sweet way, is we would come to Waterloo, and he would like sit there for like 2 hours and let me go around and like listen to music, and then just like in my mind he just let me buy whatever I want. But there, we weren't like the kind of family that would do that, but it felt like, I just
Wow.
always got new, like I guess it was CDs at the time
It's a
mostly.
great story.
And so
Yeah,
I was
that's
here,
awfully
I was
sweet
at
of your
Waterloo
dad.
a lot.
Yeah.
I also before that I think it was before that discovered. Well, I didn't know that this at the time, I don't think, but Columbia Records, I think that was Columbia. Was it?
No.
Turns out if
Yeah.
you're under 17, you're not legally allowed to have a contract with them, and so you can sign up and get 100 CDs, and then they can try to make you pay for them, and then your parents can call and say that you're not old enough to have purchased them, and then you get them all.
Yeah.
And so that was
Put that
was my
shit on
big
your
first
dad's
CD
name.
run.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's so
Like, I
exciting to have
recall,
so
yeah.
many CDs for $1
Yeah,
or
I
something
didn't
like
know.
that.
Yeah.
Or a cent.
So what's your first memorable music purchase?
Oh man, my first CD was Mr. Big, so I don't know if that was super memorable, but it was very exciting.
That's a rock band, right? Mr.
Yeah.
Big, right?
Yeah, they're like a sort of like hair metal, not hair metal, kind of.
Kind of a hair metal
Yeah.
band, right? Yeah, yeah.
They went Damn Yankees for some reason had like a big impact on me when I was young.
Yeah, yeah. So what was it? Okay, so Damn Yankees was so I can only remember two of the members. One is Tommy Shaw from Styx.
Mm-hmm.
Nugent was in that group, right? Wasn't Ted Nugent in that group?
I don't think I was old enough to
Yeah.
at the time appreciate
No,
who
it's
was
cool.
in that band.
Yeah.
Wasn't on my radar.
No,
This
it's
was like so young.
But they were really popular back in the day.
I liked those those kind of love songs that I didn't really know what they meant, but for some reason they really, I
Yeah,
don't
let's
know.
look this up. Yeah,
Like
that's
Love
interesting.
Hurts.
Yeah,
That slow song. Do you remember dancing to? Did you go to school dances?
I did.
Did they play music like that? Is that maybe how it got on your radar?
No, I think I was the youngest of like a bunch of cousins and my brother, and they all sort of, I think, had a big influence on different genres that I got into, and like two of my cousins specifically kind of liked that kind of music.
Yeah, the influence of the older kids around you for sure.
Yeah. School dances was more like Candy Rain, and I feel like that's for some reason is the first song that came to
That's
mind.
my shit right there, dude.
Yeah, school dances. We haven't talked about that, but like the soundtrack of school dances in the 80s and 90s and aughts.
Yeah.
So just, I don't know. It's a core
bet they're
memory for a
awesome.
lot of people.
Yeah.
You can't get it out of your head. I remember I was in South Carolina and Bobby Brown was huge. And I remember doing I call it the shovel. You go back and then you go like this and everybody's in sync. And it was like so exciting. I was in middle school and I'll never forget that. It's Bobby Brown. I'm like, but I forgot a lot of things in other classes. It was just the music
Yeah.
thing.
I've always been the person that could never do any of the NSYNC dances.
Oh, in
You
sync.
know, not in sync, but like where everyone's like doing it, and it seems
those
so
are
Kind of like
Kinda
synchronized
hard.
dances. Yeah,
and I'm
right.
like, man,
yeah.
how do they know how to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. My first kind of like dance being in close proximity to a girl. Dancing at a school dance was like, remember I mentioned George Strait? Oh, when Catherine was here. Legender, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first song that I ever like was really like holding on to a gal was George Strait Amarillo by Morning.
Nice.
Oh,
Remember
wow.
that?
Yeah.
That is Sal's favorite song.
Yeah.
Favorite karaoke song.
Yeah, just two-stepping with this gal, and I just remember like, I've never been this close to a girl before. Holy crap. I was just like, oh my God, but it was core memory.
I forgot about early 90s country entirely until you just said that.
Yeah.
I also loved all that.
Yeah.
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 Did you go to any country concerts in Austin back in the day?
Not when I was like young. Like my first, I was more into like rock and kind of punk, kind of like growing up.
Yeah, so what was your first show?
My first show ever was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
There you go.
Come on. Feel
My
it, feel
dad
it.
took me. That was exciting. And then I was trying to think about this because I figured it was because you asked, will it I don't know. I know it was not rage because I started going to shows at like 14 where my parents would like let me go.
They drop you off.
Yeah, I think it was either like the Nixons at Steamboat or like Electric Lounge or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw Matchbox 20 at Liberty Lunch when I was like 14, which is weird, and Face to Face.
Oh wow,
Sick.
I don't know.
Those are great memories. Wow.
I used to be very obsessed with like cataloging all my concert tickets. They were like in the attic, so I couldn't get them out. I was like, also, yeah,
Do you still have
that's
them?
a lot. Yeah, but
Somewhere,
they
right?
are in that like in the attic and like a fireproof.
Oh, there you
thing, and
go.
That's one thing I regret. I never really kept any of my concert tickets. I would put them in the photo album.
Yeah,
Like you would have your photos and then
Yeah.
you slip one in where there would be a photo and said it was a concert ticket. But I wish I had kept my concert tickets because I went to a million concerts.
yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad I did.
a million.
Yeah.
Like a hoarder back in the day, but now it's like it's nice.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much kept all mine, but they're not all in one place. It's gonna suck when I walk into my office and I have some like on my desk. I have some in boxes. Like they're all spread out, and I know it's gonna take like a few days just to wrangle all of them and put them in like one box.
Okay.
But I'm kind of glad, like all the Liberty Lunch shows, all the Frank Irwin shows, just a number of other shows, even the comedy shows that I went to, some of the places. Oh yeah, like Austin Music Hall, Lazuna
yeah.
Rosa, direct
Saw
events
some great-
tickets.
yeah.
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 I mean, do you use like museum paper? Like, how do you preserve them? Like, how
No,
does
you
this?
just-
Oh, mine are probably screwed now that you say that.
No,
They're in
no.
Ziploc bags by year.
You just put them in a plastic bag and like just put them in a place where it's dark and not moist and or
let's hope so.
humid and you're good.
Okay.
Because if you leave them out in the sun or just like leaving, if you leave a ticket, like on your table forever, I mean, of course it's going to fade a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. That's one regret that I had. But I feel like if I grew up in Austin, it would be almost a different story. I think I would probably have kept just because it was such a small town feel. It
Yeah.
seemed like everybody knew each other, 1 degree of separation, really. But yeah, all those places that you went to for your first couple of concerts and just like the music that you were introduced to is pretty great.
Yeah.
Damn
I mean,
Yankees. Yeah.
I feel like that's really unique to probably being here where you have like so many like cool places you can go. I think not Lazona Rosa, Liberty Lunch closed probably when I was like 14 or 15. So I got I'm glad I got a couple shows in. It was cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
What a wonderful place to see a show.
Yeah, I remember Lazona.
In today's standards, like how everything is just really nice and production level is really high in a lot of venues. Liberty Lunch would kind of be the outlier because it was just like almost it didn't have a roof and
Right.
not really any AC, and I just loved it. I mean,
It's also
I
like
would-
the nostalgia.
it was
Sorry.
I just loved it, and just working here at the record store back in the day. Mark and Jeanette, the owners of Liberty Lunch, they would come in here and drop off tickets for their shows.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, of course, I had a ticket counter shift. So I had to sell tickets. And then when they would come in, I would have to deal with them and take their tickets and sign off on it. And they sign off on it and whatever. But yeah, it was just interesting seeing tickets of, $15 to get into a show.
Yeah, it's a lot more personal. Like living here and knowing the folks there, like the folks that now own Hole in the Wall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not really happens. I don't think normally in
it's-
other cities. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of rare now. I mean, there are a significant amount of venues and clubs that are just outside of the big concert promotion, like, and I'll just mention them like AEG, Live Nation, whatever, you know what I mean? That just are full on indie. But back in the day, Liberty Lunch, $15 to get into a show, like that's unheard of now.
Yeah.
For like to watch a touring band for $15.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot that we would come here to buy tickets or to
Yeah.
Waterloo. Like that was like a thing. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Also, all the direct event shows.
yeah.
Oh yeah, direct events.
Yeah. live.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Lozona Rosa,
Backyard.
Austin Music Hall, South Park Meadows before it became a strip mall.
Yeah. So what's in the place of Lozona Rosa? I can't picture
I
it.
don't think anything still, or maybe it's like an event space.
I don't know.
I walk by there sometimes because there's like the farmer's market, but it's like been under control. I don't know.
Kristin, what was the name of the bar in like on the side of Lozona Rosa where they had pool tables and you can go drink? I went there a few times with an old girlfriend, and you know we would play pool and everyone would be smoking cigarettes in there.
Yeah, Cigarette City.
I can't remember.
I
We had some
forgot.
parties there.
Yeah,
And also,
Did it
like,
have its own name?
oh,
Like maybe the backstage?
maybe the side. I don't know.
yeah, I always wonder about like what's there now, because we were talking about the Nutty Brown Cafe, and HEB's there now. And so Austin Music Hall, what's there now? Do y'all know?
God, I don't even know.
Wait,
It's like some building, right?
it's
Some high rise.
Is that not where like?
I don't even know these locations anymore. I have to like do some research.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It was across from where like the 360 condos are, which was like big deal when those came up.
Yeah.
It was, like,
Yeah.
the first condo.
Right.
I think condos,
yeah,
God,
restaurants.
Austin
the
Music
same.
Hall shows.
yeah.
There's
I used to go to raves at the music
Oh,
hall.
I went one, and I saw Portishead there. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a funny room.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was just one big room.
was just
Yeah, the acoustics
box.
was
And they like
kind of weird.
kind of renovated it, and then it. Well, I don't want to be negative, but I feel like that it just kind of sounded the same.
Yeah.
After this big reveal.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind
But
of
I saw some great shows there.
Yeah, I was talking to Mel when we were talking about like old places that he used to DJ at, and I can't imagine what's there now, but at Tombaleo,
Yeah.
and that's where I met
Gosh.
Jimmy, and Jimmy was quite a character. I'm like, who is this guy?
Jimmy
Jew 512.
Okay.
Yeah.
My Jimmy, but yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, you're Jimmy.
And
Tom Baleo. I used to go to
Tombaleo.
Jimmy and Scott.
and that was by a railroad track.
Yeah,
That-
the railway or something.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's long gone, right?
Yeah.
I don't even
That place was great. They had
Yeah.
a great
Big
Yeah, and-
patio.
Yeah.
and that also that same room was the room that the Electric Lounge
Yeah.
that
That's
was
what
the
I
Electric
thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
it was the Electric
It
Lounge.
was after Electric Lounge became Tom Baleo.
Yeah,
right?
and-
Oh, I did not
years
know.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike
Okay.
Mike
Saw some
Henry
cool
moved
bands there.
that's where he had
Mike
his spot.
Henry.
Mike Henry.
He moved to Vegas or something.
Yeah, and then now he's back.
Oh,
So I think he's still doing his Austin Poetry Slam type stuff
yeah, cool.
and doing maybe has like Electric Lounge pop-ups here and there.
okay.
But yeah, I really don't know much.
And like the old parish, that was great too. I loved that.
Yeah.
room.
Yeah,
So much,
upstairs.
yeah.
I always thought the dance floor was going to bust through because
It's kind of what I
there was a
liked
lot
about
of
it.
dancing.
Floor.
The floor would bend, and I was just like, "Ooh!"
And they're
I
like,
know,
we
it
built
was-
it for this. I was like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah, this is
trust you.
this is scary. Yeah, did many shows there.
You sure did. Yeah.
Yeah, and whenever that occurred with
Yeah.
the floor flexing, the owners and the management were like, "Oh, don't worry about it. The floors, we had them repaired, and they're supposed to flex like that." I'm like, "Whatever, okay, dude.
Yeah.
I'm on the stage. I'm where it's safe." So
I hope. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, just kind of like talking about old places. Kristen, do you remember like when you were growing up? Did your parents go to any of these places to see music or with you?
We
was it-
did go see music a lot, kind of when I was a little bit older. I think
Mm-hmm.
in my teens and early 20s, I was too cool for
Of
too
course.
cool for that.
Yeah.
My mom, she's still like every week goes to some combination of Saxon Pub, Continental,
Nice.
Don's Depot. It's getting harder because it's like there's some weekdays where it's still attainable for
Yeah.
people over 25.
Right.
But all those kind of older venues, and then my dad and I would go to like Steamboat's the main one I can remember.
Yeah.
God,
Back
that
in
was
the
a
day.
scene.
I can't really.
Remember that?
I can't really remember the scene there. I feel like I was pretty young when it closed. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
When I don't. Yeah.
I think its
I saw
heyday.
like Fuel there one time. I for some reason remember
Yeah.
that because Fuel.
I think its heyday was kind of like in the early to mid '90s.
Yeah.
I think that whole Steamboat scene with what are the bands that were like kind of popping off that time, like Vallejo,
Vallejo.
Yeah.
Ian Moore,
Is that the
and-
Scabs or no?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the Scabs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole kind of maybe fastball. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there was another one. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. It was kind of more like folky acoustic, almost like Jeff Buckley esque, but not
God, there's so
What
many.
the artist?
artist.
Interesting.
man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then Lucky Lounge then
Mhm.
opened
Yeah.
up, and a lot
They
of
had some
those
good
folks
acts,
would
too.
play there, and
Yeah,
then
Mad
Red
Lucky,
Fez,
yeah.
Yeah, Red
Um,
Fez. Like you got to bounce between the two. And
Yeah.
just like that.
And I've driven past that area a couple times in the past couple months, and it's like nothing. You would never know it was such a scene back
Yeah.
in the day.
I don't
People
even know
would be
what block
spilling
that
it.
was on
It's like
anymore.
Fifth Street.
Yeah, I was on
West?
Fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned like that time period, like 06 to what year? Like what year again?
I just sort of spitballed maybe like 2012,
Yeah.
2014.
Remember like around 2006, definitely 2006, the beauty bar, Creekside across the street,
Creekside, yeah.
just that whole part of town was just popping.
That was a great time
Remember?
for Red River, yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was like when Red 7 opened.
Plush.
So like all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff too. It was great. Early Mohawk.
Yeah.
And then Beerland, and then of course
loved
Elysium.
Beerland.
Yeah. Elysium's still open, right?
Elysium's still open.
Yeah.
I go there every once in a while. My brother's band plays there, so I'll go over.
Yeah, I love Elysium. I tried to get the owner here. You know, we were going back and
Oh,
forth. Just wanted to bring him in and
Yeah.
interview him, and I told him, yeah. Typically, we record from noon to 2 p.m. and he's like, dude, he's like,
Can't even imagine.
That's
I wish I
too
could-
early for me.
Oh.
Which makes sense, you know what I mean? Like he's basically, you know, a night owl.
Yeah.
You
Is he
know?
goth?
He's just at the club all the time. He's at
Is
Elysium.
he a real vampire?
Yeah,
He's
is
like
he
a
real
night
goth?
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the name of that podcast here? That paranormal podcast. I think it's called The Night Owl, and it's about all the haunted places in Austin. And there's a 2-part episode on Elysium where they talk about all this paranormal activity, and
I've
then
heard about that, yeah.
they brought a medium in to go in there and walk, and like this medium was like, oh, dude, there's this one, I don't know, ghost or whatever that hangs out in the DJ booth, and there's another one that hangs out in the other part of the building. But that building,
Oh my
it
gosh.
literally has not changed in at least 40 years.
What is next to it now? Is there anything else on that like strip?
I know.
I don't know.
Other than
So
Stubbs, right?
I don't know.
Stubbs
I was
connected
gonna
to
say-
it.
Nah. I think there's like a street.
Yeah. God, what a. I mean,
Edit that out. That's embarrassing.
and I'll say this all the time. Like I'm not out there like that all the time. But from just from DJing at Stubbs recently and just in that general area, compared to 2006, what a tough place to have.
I
Like
know.
to have a bar and
Yeah.
club right now.
Yeah.
It's just tough.
Oh, right
Yeah.
now?
Now.
Oh
With,
man.
with just all that housed and just that
I
whole
see.
area, it's just tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't just kind of go down and bounce around and
No.
freely and kind of
okay.
be careless, you know?
Yeah, you gotta.
that's-
Yeah, you have to be on high alert when you're over there.
Wow.
Yeah,
You said that your brother plays in a band to this day.
he does.
At Elysium.
What
So,
kind of
yeah.
genre
that's
is it?
It is industrial metal.
Fuck yeah! What's the name of the band?
Dread Risks.
Ooh,
I
that's my
love it.
shit.
I feel like you should do the soundtrack for the Matrix or something.
Yeah.
or
Wow.
project
Sick.
like Trent Reznor. But he's playing at Chirp Charlie's next month. I wish I knew the date, but he hasn't. I don't know if it's been announced or not. He hasn't
God,
told me.
Is he older, younger?
He's older.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm,
That's
I'm-
rad.
I'm telling you right now, it is amazing that Chirp Charlie's is still open. I
Well-
mean, and salute to the owners there, and salute to the venue. But I'm telling you right now, the way they have survived, and I've said this analogy a million times, that God forbid, if a nuclear bomb hit Austin, the only
Chirp
thing
Charlie's.
that would be left was Chirp Charlie's and roaches.
Well, I mean, I guess they figured it out. You know, they figured out who to tap into and keep it going, despite all the problems. Let's just
They've,
say.
they've just been skating on thin ice for a long time.
I mean, think about how. I mean, it's got to be so expensive to run, and just the margins. You know, it's
I
tough.
know.
Like,
Because people aren't really drinking as much too. Yeah. They said that they make all their money on the weekends because during the weekdays it's not as drinky as the weekends.
Yeah,
So
and it's just the area. Like going back to that, like it's probably I wouldn't if I was going to go grab a cocktail during the week, like on a whim.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go to Red River. Well, also I'm older, so I don't know. I shouldn't say that is like
yeah. I mean, I'm sure. Like plenty of people go out there, but yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I'm not going out there. I'm not even going to East Austin. Fuck
I'm going
that.
to GNS Lounge.
Yeah, I'm not going out anywhere. You know what I mean? I'm just in my little bubble in South Austin. So
yeah. I mean, it's a different thing where I'm kind of more leaning on like Don's Depot and Saxon Pub and like, you know, where at least if I'm going to have a conversation with somebody, I can hear myself. So things do change every decade when you choose to go out and have a drink or see music. I wonder like if there is a kind of a categorization of like, if you're in your 20s, these are the venues for you. If you're in your 30s, these are the venues for you. 40s, 50s, 60s and up, you know, that would be like an interesting kind of like case study as to all the things in Austin. Because I don't think I would just naturally go to a rowdy concert. I mean, I would, but it wouldn't be my natural thing where it's just so noisy.
I would go if it was what I was going to do. Like, I wouldn't go just because it was rowdy and it was loud. Like, that would have to be my my area of focus. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm like, why is the loud music in the background while I'm trying to have a conversation?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to like watching a band that I like and the show is just fucking bonkers, right?
For sure.
I have no problem with that, but I'm not going to go out of my way like you guys and go to some place where everyone's just wilding out. You know what I mean? Just like shit flying everywhere.
Unless you're the DJ, right?
I like that we think that that's what happens all the time.
I know, but
like shit flying everywhere.
I just think of a Muppet.
I'm thinking of like, because I keep thinking, and it's not like this, but I keep thinking it's like some, you know, the band Ministry back in the early 80s and not early 80s, but late 80s, early 90s with Ministry. They would have this massive chain link fence in front of their stage and you see dudes climbing on it and there's beer bottles flying everywhere. I mean, I don't know. I think it would be rare to see that nowadays.
Yeah, you can barely have a beer bottle near a stage anymore.
Like Roadhouse style? Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so,
yeah. There's a video on YouTube, and it was a video. It was actually on videotape that Ministry put out. Their label put out. It was like something you can go to the record store and buy. And I think the video is called "In Case You Missed It," and now it's on YouTube, right? Someone kind of digitized it and uploaded it. But the very beginning of that video is like it's just the drummer playing. And you could just see the crowd just increasingly go fucking crazy. It was just drums and just lights and this massive chain link fence. And I'm just like, can you imagine? I can't even imagine something like that in 2026. Shows are so controlled now with like security and staffing and all that kind of stuff. There's no way you could maybe a show maybe on Red River, like maybe
or like the Far Out Lounge or
something,
or it's just
something crazy like that. But you're not going to see shows like that very often.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, some things came up in my feed and it was like the mosh pit is back. And I'm like, oh, really? And it's not what I'm seeing is like a diet version of what we went through when we were growing up. So it's fascinating. I'm excited, but like at the same time, I'm like, y'all got to get in there and really get rough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to kind of to counter what you said. Yeah. I mean, it is a thing. So you're seeing like big rap shows where I just saw footage from a Baby Keem show, and he had that track with Kendrick Lamar called Family Ties. Baby Keem did two nights in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And man, there's footage of that song Family Ties starting and the crowd is just wilding. You know what I mean? And then there's also rock shows and whatever that like Turnstile and whatever, where people are like just crowd surfing and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of back. I mean, it is back. Maybe not in the way that we saw it, like in the '90s with all the grunge bands and all that kind of stuff, and maybe some of the metal bands back in the day. But I mean, thank God it's still a thing.
There's not enough injuries for you. Everyone's
Well, they're like, what do I do with this? I got to be real careful when I don't like this, so. I mean, people are trying to figure it out.
You have to worry about your phone.
For your phone. Like, it's going to fall out if you go too crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing that the one thing I did notice from that Baby Keem footage was it was all dudes. It was all young men.
Okay.
They all had their phones on. They were all like just moshing and just wilding out with just filming it at the same time. And it was wild because like, once you click on one of those videos, then your algorithm just throws you all these other videos of these guys who had filmed being in that pit. It is crazy.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, there's no way I would ever be in a pit like that because I would lose a tooth.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to lose a tooth.
The only time I was in a pit, I got gum in my hair, and I was going around. And I thought I was rough and tough, and I saw a girl. I didn't want to ask a guy. I saw another girl, and I'm like, can you just rip it out of my head? And so she just went like this. I'm like, I'm finally punk for like 2 seconds. And then that was the last one. I'm like, that hurt. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, gum. I've only experienced that once. That's not fun. Yeah. So let's keep things moving. Let's talk about show and tell. It's the show and tell segment of the Sound of First, and we'll start off with what Kristin brought.
Our guest.
I brought two things. One just because I thought it was
Dude,
a
you
fun
could
find
show us
in my
both.
house. So I mostly got rid of all my cassette tapes, but I kept like this random box of like mixtapes. That I made. So I did a really funny thing. I don't remember this. Where for some reason each one says like I tried to like write down the track list like on these little pieces of paper, and some of them at the top say clean, and then some say messy. Yeah. And I guess it means it was recorded.
So show the cameras.
This isn't even what I really brought.
Okay, there you
go.
But
I had just a bunch of these, but I was going through it. Some of them are way cooler.
Yeah. So. How about you name off some of the artists on that mixtape?
Let me make sure this is the best one.
So how old were you when you made that tape, you think?
Probably, let's see, it has some face to face on this one. So maybe 13, 12? Okay. I don't know. But this one's a lot easier to read.
What a cool thing to have.
This one has wow. Just made me aware of how bad my vision is right this moment. Porno for Pyros. I can't actually read this song title.
Nice.
Radiohead, Let Down, Fugazi, something.
Yeah.
Trail of Dead. God.
Oh, Trail of Dead, dope.
Love Trail of Dead, yes. Man, I cannot read all of this. But
you want my readers?
Jimmy
World. You don't have to read them all.
Yeah.
But show the cameras.
And then some is like, it goes from like Jewel to face to face. It's very eclectic.
Jewel.
So,
gotta have Jewel.
Anyways, I found this one. It's pretty cool. I feel like I should just show y'all. Because it's old.
Oh, so this looks like a promo tape.
That has a Nirvana recording from Waterloo Records in 1991.
Holy shit.
He's never going to give that back to you. Now, let me see.
Hey, Kristin, look over there. Okay, it's mine now. Okay. So for everyone watching right now, viewing it, side A is Alice in Chains, November 6, 1992, in New York. And then on the same side is Nirvana, October 21st, 1991, here at Waterloo Records. And then on the B side, No Doubt, December 15th, 1995, Berkeley, California. And this is the cassette, folks.
Wow.
So it was a random fun find.
And this is now mine.
Honestly, if you have a means of playing it, you
super
should keep
tight.
it.
That's awesome.
And then
go on. Sorry.
So go ahead. So what else did you bring?
So this just made me think. I was like thinking about. I have all kinds. I'm not a hoarder. I'm an organized. Keeper
dude,
of
you're
things.
talking to the king of collecting things.
I feel like this is a good representation of just like the artist community and kind of like the culture community in Austin. So this, I don't know where to show it. This way. So, why am I spacing on everything? Pat Benatar and Blondie played like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something in Austin.
Where at?
And David Garza was like, "Hey, do you have any extra tickets for the show?" And I gave it to him, and he just made me this in return. And I always thought it was just like the nicest gesture of like, you know, bartering for like art.
That's
and
so
tickets.
nice.
And so it was
Yeah.
like really touching.
Well, that's awfully
So-
nice. So David Garza created this. So it's Blondie, Pat Benatar, and the Donnas.
Oh yeah, and the Donnas.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
me and my mom went to that show.
And the Do 512's on there. So for everyone viewing, watching, cameras. Okay. Do you know where they performed?
At the music hall.
At the music hall.
Yeah.
Wow. I saw Blondie at Stubbs once.
Okay.
Yeah. Long time ago. Wow, that would have been a great show.
It was fun.
God, there was one gal in the Donnas where I was just like, man, that's a kind of had this kind of crush on
The drummer with the long ponytail.
I forgot. I don't know. I forgot.
Her
It
hair was
one-
always in her face.
It was. I think it was the guitarist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, always had a thing
Call me
for her.
Call me Kristin. Thank you. Love, David. The Donnas.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
very
like the
cool.
frame too. It's
Yeah, I,
very-
Super
can't, I
cool.
might have done the frame. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
man.
You know.
Yeah.
very cool, man. Thank you for bringing
Yeah,
those
cassettes.
3 items.
You never get
So,
to see
Rach, what
cassettes.
did you bring?
Well, I was kind of doing some scant researching on Do 512 and its origin story, and it's like 2006. I'm like, okay, where was I during 2006? And I started working here at 2000, here at Waterloo Records for 4 years, 2000 to 2004. Bought a lot of records and started to cultivate a taste of what I liked in music a little bit more as a young adult. And I started DJing in my first couple of places, and I fell in love with early hip hop origins. And that was around 2004, 2005. You have Cool Herc to Sugar Hill Gang, all in the Bronx. And I brought a coffee table book of Born in the Bronx, and inside is a lot of flyers that are handwritten or hand drawn. I ended up being
So what's the so for the listeners
Yeah.
and the folks viewing,
Wow.
let them know the title of the book and who the author of the book or who compiled all the photos.
So it's called Born in the Bronx, a visual record of early days of hip hop. It says edited by Johan Kuhlenberg. I'm not sure what that means. I think what this person does.
I'm sure he was a photo editor. Like
yeah,
he
it's a
selected
whole
things,
bunch
yeah.
of old photos, and a lot of these concerts were at high school cafeterias. And like I miss this kind of flyer. Like it's all like hand drawn and like or like the
Yeah. That's cool.
sketched on with the, but just even the style and just like the
Yeah.
diversity
wow.
of people.
Right.
Yeah.
I ended up doing a couple parties for Bird's Barbershop when they first started, and I was kind of their DJ for a couple years, and I started to only play music from this time period, and that was my residency at this place called Mel Verde on Wednesdays. I only played vinyl, and I only played it from this time frame. Mel Verde, I don't remember what time frame that was, 2009, 2010. I don't remember, but when it opened. But yeah, 2006 was when I was playing mostly early hip hop, and everybody in Austin loved it. I never got a complaint. That was the only time. Talk about golden era of me playing any music to anybody without a complaint. Everybody loved early hip hop from the Bronx. It's a great story because, just because, well, it's about a person or people who are extremely resourceful, and they were using their grandma's records and players, and they would get in trouble and creating a whole new sound. And that is such a fantastic reminder to everybody. Like, just because you don't have all the new gear, if you're a DJ, you can be very creative and kind of create maybe a new sound. I guess the latest example would be Skrillex. He created the sound that was very different, and then it was mimicked, ad nauseum. That happened like 10, 15 years ago. So it's just kind of like, you can create these new sounds with very simple gear and just imagination. And so I feel like this is one of the first chapters of that, and it happened here in the Bronx. Well, not here in the Bronx, but like here in this country. So it's a really special genre for me, and this book is very incredible, just with all the history of flyers and pictures and fashion and peoples. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I'm a big fan of old school hip hop. Around the time, just kind of the genesis and the very early beginnings of hip hop, especially in the Bronx. Just the ethnic groups involved, kind of working with basically nothing, right? I mean,
Exactly.
DJ gear was not mainstream, and what have you, and just very DIY, right?
Yeah. This flyer.
Yeah.
You can hardly see it, but yeah.
That book's a really good resource and something to check out. You should also, like, as far as like films, you should check out Wild Style.
Yes.
And you should also check out Style Wars. Those are two very crucial documentaries, films about the graffiti, early hip hop scene in New York. Yeah, I'm a big fan, and it's interesting how it's interesting now because the way hip hop is now has it's not that anymore.
No.
Right? It's not.
No.
Now I will say this, that there are I think that there are segments of our population that champion that, right? And just all the elements of hip hop and what have you. But I think there are I think other countries really champion it. Like they
sure do.
They're way more into like the like genres of music that the United States has kind of like panned off a little bit, whether it's jazz music or funk music or just the 5 elements of hip hop. Europe and Asia and Japan and what have you are really into it way more than we are here, right?
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But I digress, and let's talk about what I brought. So back in the day, I was at Sound Exchange with my very first girlfriend, my first love. She was awesome, wherever you are now. Natasha, wherever you are, salute. Anyways, we were there, and dude, this was in the middle of the summer. Okay, Austin summers are not cool at all. It's like hot, steamy, humid, 100-degree weather.
Yeah.
And we're in Sound Exchange, just looking around, just me and my young, naive self with my very first girlfriend, just looking at stuff. And there's this guy in a trench coat, right? In this big black hat. I'm going like, what the fuck? Like, dude, it's like 102 degrees outside. And then I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh shit, that's Ian Astbury from The Cult. And they were performing in Austin that weekend or whatever. And I walked up to him. I went to the record rack and went to the Cult section and I grabbed a 12-inch. And I walked up to him. I'm like, hey, Mr. Asbury, can you sign my record? And he was just like totally cool with it. And so here it is. Nice. She Sells Sanctuary 12-inch. And Ian Astbury signed it to Mel, Peace Astbury. Check it out.
That's cool.
Yeah. Fucking Cult rule. That is like one of my favorite bands.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love that record. I think I don't know, maybe probably some folks will argue with me about this, but my favorite record is Electric by The Cult.
Of all time?
Of all time?
Out of all the Cult records,
Oh, okay.
I love.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, out of all the Cult records, my favorite is Electric. I think the second, a close second is Love, right?
Yeah.
But Electric with a Love Removal Machine and Little Devil, and they do a cover of Born to Be Wild, the Steppenwolf track. Fantastic. But anyways, yeah, that's my
that's great.
my little show and tell item.
Man, cassettes.
I'm glad I
Cult?
kept a few.
That's great. I mean, There's got to be a way to get a cassette player somewhere.
I'm sure.
I
haven't thought about it.
I have a cassette player at home.
Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah.
bet if you guys, okay,
Like,
if you
there's-
get one, you should. Well, that's
I
a
don't wanna I
problem.
don't want to break them.
I know that
Yeah.
the tape in there is very
Kristin,
delicate.
I would hold that cassette, the Nirvana cassette, very close to your chest.
Did I get it
Just-
back?
Yeah. Did I
it's
give it back,
empty.
dude?
Yeah. I know, right?
I could have had like this kind of like
Sleight of
blackout,
hand.
this blackout klepto moment where I jacked it from you. You know what I mean?
On one of these, I remember there's like this song that I can like sort of remember like 2 beats from like the radio, and I like recorded it right
Yeah.
after like
Yeah.
SWVs, like whatever. They had one song that I like loved, and there was like that remix that like Michael Jackson did or something.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Right here.
And
right
I just
here.
have like this big question mark on the tape, and I'm like, I'm still dying to play the tape to see if I could figure out what song it is, like because it's like been haunting me since like the '90s.
Oh yeah.
But I'm worried that the tape will
it's gonna get eaten.
get ruined right
Is
away.
it one of the cassettes you have right
Yeah,
now?
I saw it. Let's see.
There's got to be a way to safely replay
oh
and
no, I have
record
a, well
old
here-
cassettes.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and I think they sell them here, but my home stereo, I mean, I have a cassette player. You know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah. Anyways, I play cassettes on it all the time. Yeah, I am worried because, speaking of my very first girlfriend, I made a mixtape for her, right
It's the best.
before I could even give it to her, she broke up with me.
Oh.
And so it's like this time capsule, right? But I feel comfortable enough to put that cassette in the tape player that I have because it's been refurbished and reconditioned. So it's been repaired and so the belts and everything. So it will not.
Yeah.
Eat a
Why would
cassette.
these ever hold up?
Yeah. Oh, they'll hold up. They'll hold up. Are you still trying to figure out the song?
I was trying to find the right tape, but these aren't, they weren't like kept like the best.
Okay. So no. So the cassette that you're wondering about or the song that you're curious about, is it on one of those?
Yeah.
If you want to just, I'll listen to it and
I
let
don't know
you
if it'll
know.
play.
Let me look at it.
I'll give it to you.
No, don't give it to me. I'll check it out and give it back
They'll
to
probably
you.
make
Well,
a
that's what I
recording
meant.
out
I
of
won't.
it.
Yeah. Here, let
I
me
didn't
check.
mean like.
Yeah, let me check it out. Let me look at the cassette. I can tell you whether or not it's playable.
Wow, that one's pretty rough.
I kind of miss the cassette jacket. Just
Yeah.
touching it like you were just trying to
I used
put
to
it
love
back
all-
together.
yeah.
Because even if you completely disassemble it, you could put it back in almost like a Lego.
Yeah,
this,
totally.
yeah. No, this is totally. Yeah, this cassette's fine.
Oh, I thought you were, I guess you're screwed.
No, yeah. I mean, if you want, I can list like.
I
Just tell me like which side you think it's on.
Can you record it on like
I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
it's just
Digital
some
for her?
dumb
Wow,
song, like
check
I
out
don't
the
like.
track
It's
listing
not
on
gonna
this.
be, it's like if you look at what's on that tape. But I just remember it's always like this, like sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's maybe the
So,
one that's question mark true love.
So, the Michael Jackson free. Wait,
I love that I tried to write down track lists. And
Yeah, no, it's very
like,
cool.
Somehow they're still here.
dude, this track listing is so dope.
nice.
So on this cassette, it is the Eurythmics cover of "Sweet Dreams" by Marilyn Manson.
Of course.
311 down.
Oh yeah.
Question mark summer of '69. Is that a Brian Adams
I
song?
think it's got to be the MXPX or some cover. It wouldn't be
okay.
like.
And
that
then
would be-
the Michael Jackson Free Willy joint,
I didn't know the
right?
actual song clearly.
Juliana Hatfield, sister, who I
Love
had a
Juliana
I had a
Hatfield. My brother was in love with her.
yeah, I had
You
a crush
do?
on
Yeah.
her, man.
Didn't she date the guy from Lemonheads?
No, they
Evan Dando
no,
or something like that?
Him.
They were in she was in the Lemonheads.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh. Man,
SWV right here, which samples "Human Nature" by Michael Jackson. Then there's a question mark, and the song's "True Love." I'm not
I
too
think
sure
it just
about
says the word true love. I think that's it. It's like
that. Okay,
it's all I can. We'll see.
the Cranberries "Linger."
Yeah.
Where did we hear that the other day?
Is this high school?
No,
No, I mean I couldn't have been. When did we stop using cassettes?
God, early 2000s.
No, really? No, because
My car in 2000 had
That's right.
my brand new car, my GTI in 2002 had a cassette player in it.
I just feel like I wasn't sitting by a radio recording songs in
Oh,
2000.
okay.
Though I think it had to
Okay,
have
it was
been
probably
more
earlier,
like,
earlier than
because
that.
this was when you had to like plan.
Yeah.
Probably mid 90s.
Yeah.
Cranberries, Linger, and then Tiffany.
Tiffany.
That's the shit. Yeah.
I,
Oh,
Ain't no-
wow. What a
this is a-
Heinz 57. That's great.
the
This
first two
is-
Tiffany
yeah,
albums,
this
I feel
is-
like I may be like the one of like the few people that know like every track. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the
There
thing
you
for
go.
me.
Did she remake I Think We're Alone Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I actually just
I just
saw
saw
a video.
her.
Yeah. Oh, did
Were
you?
you at Anton's?
No.
Oh no, you missed another
When was
one.
that?
Like a month ago, she
Was
played
it?
at Anton's. Yes. Oh
I
my
know I
God, it
saw
was so
footage of
fun.
her online of her performing.
You're like,
It
I
was-
missed another one.
Like really good. Like I
Was
didn't
it?
go in, I was like, oh, we'll see. I hope this isn't like sad. I don't want to
Yeah,
remember
you-
this
like, she's
sad.
kinda
And
washed,
she,
yeah.
I mean, it was so good. Like she did new music for the first half, like held interest. It was good.
Yeah.
And then she just like really did a whole
That's
like
great.
10 tracks. I
gotta-
mean, it was great.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
really
shout out
impressed.
to Antone's, dude. They have
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff there.
It's-
Shout out to Will, man.
Totally.
Like, dude, Tiffany,
I know.
and then they have all sorts of rap shows there. And dude,
Yeah.
it's such a great place.
Yeah.
Holy
My
cow.
friend had a wedding there recently.
Yeah,
like,
God
yeah.
bless.
So-
God bless Will. God
Yeah.
bless Antone's.
That's
great.
a medium-sized venue that I would say is newish because it's
Yeah,
in
that's
the.
fair.
I mean, the legacy is old. It's long. It's been around, but like the venue is
location?
new. Yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
I like it better than the
yeah.
one
it's
on
great.
next to Red Fez actually.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. They have a really good thing going. Didn't they sign up like a 50-year lease? I think they're not going anywhere for a long time. Yeah.
this sounds
Yeah.
like Sandy's, the
Yeah.
ice cream place.
Yeah, I don't think they're
50-year
going.
lease too.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. And they have such a great location. So if you're like a music lover or a blues music fan, you could stay at the hotel directly across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you walk out of the hotel, boom, there's Antone's. You could just,
You could eat at Eddie V's.
Yep.
yeah. And
Probably on a Monday or Sunday. Is that when they have the great happy hour? Yeah.
it's so sick. It's such a great
Yeah.
venue. People don't realize how big that place is because there's the venue downstairs, there's the record store downstairs, and then upstairs is the event room with all the green rooms and Antone's offices. Like it's a really big space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done some really fun South by parties there
Yeah.
in that space, like that upstairs.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh wow.
So God, when did I play that event for Jimmy? Was it an ACL event? Like what?
I don't have a clear record of all the events. That
Yeah,
Jimmy has done.
it's an all. It's a
I
complete
need more
blur.
information.
But the offices like the
Oh, you were at our offices?
no the event space over there on South Lamar.
Yeah, that's also our
offices as well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a good time playing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Do 512 Lounge. That was very fun.
That's what
to
it
build
was.
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did
I
that
still have-
last?
It's still there. It's not as they're doing.
Oh.
I mean, when we were just Do 512 and just focused on that, we did so many shows all
Yeah.
the time. Oh my god, it was just that was just fantastic. And I think now they do like definitely around South by and ACL, and then maybe a couple times a year.
Okay.
But I think like since Jimmy's still just running that, I think he's got so much going on that
Yeah.
it's a little more infrequent.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know if I already touched this already, and this is probably the last question I'll ask, but just with the volume of shows that are happening, and just whether it's music related or just any type of event, it must be a really good time for Do 512. I mean, but then again, there's like all these other things that are happening, all these other entities that are kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a magazine or, I don't know shit about them, but just, you have an Instagram account and you have a blue background and white text, and it's just like this. You pay them up like way too much money for them to like just plug your events, just like to create a blue background and some white text. Oh, well, so-and-so is playing at so-and-so on this date. But aside from that, it must be a really good time for DoStuff, or even just Do 512 with just the volume. Like we can't even get a break in Austin nowadays, like on any given weekend, because there's so much
to
going
do.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always been a pretty good time for us, like for DoStuff, Do 512, and our
Yeah.
other markets as well,
Right.
which I spend more time on. But yeah, I mean, also there are so many different platforms, and like, you know, the way I see it, like they're great. Like I actually really like when where what. I think that's what it's
Yeah,
called. Right?
yeah.
When, where, what,
And
with
I'm
the
not
blue
trying
background.
to. I'm not trying to diss them.
I mean, it's hard to be like a business that we're trying to be if you aren't Instagram like exclusively, because like, you know, scale and all these different things. It's hard to
Yeah.
get the information. But I mean, yeah, I think people are like really. I mean, like it's shocking how long I think it took for people to really bounce back, and like especially some of our other markets after COVID, and really want
Yeah.
to like go out all the time again. And now, yeah, and I've learned that we're considered something called Lindy. I don't know if you've heard that word. I had it
Vaguely, yeah.
which means that you've been around for a long time and have been able to show that you could like maintain being a business. And so it's like funny because now
Wow,
we're,
that's
like,
interesting.
It's
I
called
never
a
heard of that.
Lindy, Lindy.
Is it like another?
Is
like
that
a
an acronym
certificate?
for something?
It's
or?
like a word. I didn't know it until
it's a
Wow.
word.
yeah.
Okay.
You learned something. I'm gonna have to do some
Lindy.
googling.
I really hope that is correct, but
It's
I'm
a
like
shortening of
90%.
legacy.
Yeah,
It's like
sort of
outfit and fit.
yeah, we're like we're gonna keep doing it. And, you know, like so you might get tired of like running an Instagram account or something, but like we've committed to like being a part of the scenes and like continuing to do what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, salute to Do 512 and DoStuff. You guys do amazing things for the community here. Like I said, you guys did wonders for me during the pandemic. You guys are, and I just wish you guys continued success and what have you. Kristin, let them know where they can find you and all the things that you do online.
Yeah, you can find Do 512 at do512.com and on Instagram. And then if you're looking for us in other markets, you can find them all at dostuffmedia.com or do insert area code in most places. And then we also have a membership here at domorestuff.com, which is $7 a month, and you get a pair of tickets to a show that we think that you would like, but otherwise would not buy because you wouldn't be aware of it or know
Right.
the artist. And it's really cool. So figure it out.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Kristin,
Yep.
love you long time. Love you and Sal.
Thank you.
Thank you for being generous with your time, and we appreciate you being on The Sound of First.
Thank you.